Let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Never let them laugh. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, then I succeed. They can't take away my dignity because the greatest one of all inside of me. Sexual chocolate. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, the coach, and welcome back to the Coach's Huddle for another installment of the Faithful Review. And this is from the trenches. You guys know how we get down when we get to the trenches. We take shots, we clip up, we handle business, we get things done. But there's a couple of things that I like to do before we get into this beautiful bean footage. Let's go over a couple of points of focus. Today, we are always going to focus and always primarily look at pad level, okay? And not just from the offensive line. Tight ends block, fullbacks block too. We're going to be looking at that as well. Watching the offensive line it takes a little bit longer. There's 5 of them. So it's not as if we're just watching running backs or watching one position. So it takes a little bit longer. And I like to do my best with this stuff. So forgive me for taking a little too long. Footwork. You know we're going to look at steps. Be where your feet are. Your first step is your best step. Okay? You can't get a point of attack if you don't have the right steps. Footwork matters. Technique matters. ID blitzes and free rushers. That was a point of focus on the last game that we played. It's still a point of focus on this one. There's a lot of eye candy that we got from the defensive line in the front from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that we fared very well against, and I want to be able to show that to you on film. Pick and hinge. Usually this is something that you usually see in the pass protection game. Usually tackles pick and hinge, guards pick and hinge, especially when they're trying to they're on the lock side of a slide protection. We saw a lot of pick and hinge or full pick and hinge from the offensive line in the run game this game. And it's something that I think Kyle has incorporated to be able to help the offensive line and actually preserve them from trying to get those reach blocks all the way to the line of scrimmage, trying to outflank or leverage guys with blocks. I just don't think we have runners that can influence that type of flow for the offensive line to make those blocks. And I feel as though that pick and hinge is something that Kyle has done a lot of as of late, and we're going to be able to look at that in film. And tight hands and tight elbows, right? There's some instances where we're going to look at weak hands, weak elbows, reaching, grabbing, right? Instead of stabbing with your hand, coming up from under to keep your core and your hips and your elbows activated in your core so you can still derive power from the ground, from punching up instead of punching out. Right? I have no power if I'm punching from my shoulder up or if I'm locking my elbow. But if I'm bringing my arm up, incorporating my lats, bringing my hips, shooting my play side foot into the ground, both feet, and bringing that up into one motion, then you generate true power as a big man. Those are some things that we've seen. We're going to look at in the tape and how we're going to bounce back from. We're going to do 3 drives today, about 22 plays. I think about 22, 25 plays. We're going to do the first 3 drives of the game and walk through that. Now, once we get through that, then we'll see exactly what we're talking about. So let's get to the tape. All right. Get you out of here. All right, boys. So drive one. All right, ends off in a punt. It's 6 plays, 31 yards, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And the first play of the game that we're going to look at is going to be a first and 10 from the 30. It's going to be a run for Christian McCaffrey. And let's get to it. All right, here we go. I'm going to run it free from the top view so you guys can see it without me yapping. Then they run it from the tight this way. Okay, so one thing that we get out of here is we get a little bit of a Pooney. Our young guard is laid out of his stance. So we get the entire offensive line moving. Young Dominic is laid out of his stance. He stabs Vita Vea, which is good. Look at the way that extension is. I mean, for you to dislodge a man like Vita Vea, throw that backside up, that Dominic Pooney demonstrated a lot of strength in this game that I'm going to be able to show. And also steps. This film started with the front tight first instead of the back tight, but the steps from Pooney, everybody steps good. Look at Trent's steps. Good step from Trent, right? You get a good play side step from Aaron. Well, Aaron comes up. He's climbing, really. You get a good play side step from Jake Brindle. Colton, you'll see his on the backside tight, but Dominic, literally no movement right here. Nothing. Right? So you want to be able to see that. We'll see it on the backside tight. Also, Juwan is back. Look at this block from Juwan Jennings. Look at your boy here. Check your guy out right here. Watch your boy Juwan, man. It's so good to have the dog back. Come here, sir. I'll take that. But Dominic's play side foot, you can see it a lot better on the backside right here. He just doesn't get it off the ground, right? And what happens is you see he does not move. He pops out of his stance. His head doesn't go anywhere, right? We want movement, man. Inches matter. Every blade of grass matters. Good job, right? Good job on getting on top of Vita Vea and going up top, but we just need a little bit more here. For what it's worth, solid run, right? Solid run. Play 2 is a 5-man pressure with a bail from Vita Vea. So they already start with the bullshit early. So I'm just going to go ahead and run 2. It's a rush for a block for 2 yards. Can you look at Vita Vea? We're going to look at it from the tight. Right. So right off the bat, one thing that you're looking at is Jake Brindle is doing a good job at reading and scanning, right? Feels pressure from his right-hand side, still snaps the ball, plays pressure on Vita Vea, and still scans, still finds paint. You love to see that from Jake Brindle. That's a good rep. Trent right here gets a little disengaged from Yaya Diaby over here, but that's a really good kick. 45-degree set. He's not bailing, really looking for Yaya to show him a move first. He decides on the bull rush. Trent keeps his hands inside, gets a little bit of his helmet, but still fights to see another day, right? One thing I will say about Colton McKivitz, man, Colton McKivitz had some really strong spots in this game. My biggest thing with him, he's just got to bring his feet with him. He's got to run his feet, right? Comes in, We talked about his shoulders and his hands, but he's done a fairly good job at having stronger shoulders. We're going to be able to see that as well in other plays. But one thing that I love about this play right here, if you want to really talk about it, is George Kittle's inside hand. So if we're looking here at the end of the formation, George Kittle is going to come down. He's going to flash. He's going to flash on 9, but he's really going to be looking for paint to his outside. He's going to be looking for paint outside. So I want you to look at how, even though George is disengaged at the end of the line, he still checks, right? Everybody checks, which I love, right? But watch how George hops out, gathers himself. He's a little over his hips right now, but still connects. Now, watch this inside hand and how he controls the narrative right here. Look at this hand right here. Like, yeah, you could push off me, but this is what I like. And that's what I'm talking about, that underneath hand, right? It can't come from over top. Even though, look at where the target is of where George has the hand, right? It's on top of the man's shoulder, right? But even though it's on top of his shoulder, it's still enough in good position for him to stifle that. And that's a lot of this is just a little preview of what we're going to see throughout the tape right here. So let's just go ahead and run it through. But it was a good rep. Good rep. Good on Brock for being able to get out of the pocket and find something. All right. Play 3. This is going to be a throw to Debo. No, sorry. I'm sorry. This is what kills me, is that the tape, the slides mix up on me. Here we go. So now we got a 1st and 10. I think this is the end around for Debo. Yep. Debo gets an end around. We'll watch it on the tight. So off the bat, one thing I want to talk to you about is Colt McKivit's shoulders. So if you guys have been watching film with me lately, I've been talking about Colt McKivit's shoulders, man. Every time he gets engaged on the backside, he turns like a table. This right here, just him running his track right here, man, is so impressive to me. And it's something that we haven't seen all season. I'll show it to you right here. This is so impressive to me because I just know what he's come from. In times past, Colt McKivitz would turn his shoulders. Now you can see he's keeping his shoulders parallel with the line of scrimmage while still creating space. And I love it. It keeps a hard edge on the backside. A hard edge. Like, I love that. Those 3 steps of him looking forward, even though he feels that pressure, keep your shoulders square. Now you set the edge. Look how far you are up the line of scrimmage, where if he would have just pivoted right here and turned, he's still at the line of scrimmage, right? He's still right here. He's not really creating anything right there. But for him to keep his shoulders square, I mean, he buys himself like an extra 5 yards. And I understand that that's backside, but you know what it also does? It gives him the opportunity to still go find paint. Look, he's got a chip. All right, I've created pressure. I've created actual contact with this guy. You're slowed up. Even if you want to chase the play, you're late to my ball carrier. He still can go up and still get paint. I love that. This is a really good rep from Colt McKivitz that I really liked. One thing I also say, we got some love all around, man. Pony, look at the fight. Look at the fight. Look at the fight all the way up the line of scrimmage. I mean, I'm talking about, you want to talk about leverage. That's a bell curve block right there. All right. My man Jake rode his ass all the way up the field, man. This is a rookie on Vita Vea. This is one arm. One arm. And still fighting to get leverage. That's a good rep from Dominic Pooney. Great rep. Right? I will say, now, this is when we start it all. This is when it starts happening. So we'll get to it on the backside. All right. We'll get to it on the backside. But this is where you start seeing the pick and hinge. This is the first time I noticed it. And I gotta commend Kyle for trying to find another alternative. Well, if you guys notice, we've had quite a hard time getting to the outside, especially on outside zone. Guys just aren't fast enough, right? So what Kyle has implemented is a little bit of gap scheme principles into getting outside, and he's putting in pick and hinge. So right here, what we're going to do, just watch Colton and watch Trent right here, right? Watch what they do. They pick and hinge. They pick with their play side, all right? So their play side foot is their left side foot, and then they both hinge. Now, the thing about Aaron is that Aaron, he hops in his hinge, right? That backside foot goes up way too much, and he breaks leverage. So that's something that we're going to see from Aaron throughout the game, and they haven't been doing this all season. So I'm giving them love right now because it's new, but he's got to stop hopping. He's got to put his hands on the defender and hinge. It's not pick and hop; it's pick and hinge. That play side foot is not deep enough. As a matter of fact, 1, 2, hinge that hip around, right? If you really want to cheat, what he could do is he could take this play side hand right here, that play side hand, and stab out, cheat a little bit. Use that as a fulcrum to get you around to where you need to be. At least you'll know you got hands on your target. But opening the door that soon, that's a problem, right? Even though the guy didn't have a chance of getting Debo. So something you see with Aaron that you want to be able to see change. We don't need to see him changing. Also, with Trent, I'll just tell you, just hands are a little too wide, big boy. Right? But outside of that, that's nitpicking. On to the next play. First and 10 on the 42. It's a scramble for Brock. All right. So, all right, we kept in 7 and they brought in 5. So already we seen Vita Vea getting out in a little bit of a stunt, getting out of pass protection. Right here, you're going to see that they brought 5. They dropped number 94, but we keep in 7 to protect. So let's watch. All right. So let's run it back. What do we got? So we got some blitz pickup. Now, one thing that I will say is that George, he may have been a little too shallow. What you have right here is you have a pull from Aaron Banks. If you guys can see, you get a pull from Aaron Banks, right? He's going to come down, and you're going to get George coming across, and they're going to be setting up on the other side. Then what you get right here is you get a step down, step down, step down. All right. So the idea is that we swing all of this. I'm getting too happy. The idea is that we swing to this side, the pocket, right, with help coming on the backside, right? That's the idea. So it helps us create a natural window for Brock. All right, let's run it. So what you get here is you get the pull. All right. And maybe George is just a little too shallow right here. He doesn't leave a lot of meat on the bone for Aaron, right? Aaron's kind of in no man's land. If you look at it, when they come up, they're standing right in front of each other, right? George needs to be up here. Right? Let's run it. right? But ball gets out. I got no problem with that play. Running from the backside. One thing I noticed about this game, the splits are a lot tighter this game. The splits between guard, tackle, tackle, guard. Like, look at this split between Aaron and Trent. That's like literally nothing right there. That's nothing. I've noticed that they did a lot of they tightened down the splits so they could combat a lot of the twists and stunts that they saw this game too. All right. So now we got 2nd and 7. It's incomplete pass to Juwan. Yeah. Let's roll past this one. It was just a full slide protection. Nothing really happened on that one. All right. So now we got a 3rd and 7. There's an incomplete pass to Ricky Pearsall. Still on the first drive of the game. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Now, one thing you'll see right here is that somebody gets ear hold on this one. Jake Brindle. So we got a twist right here. We got what you call a linebacker tackle stunt, right? A tech stunt. And what you're going to get right here, you're going to get an ear hole, all right? And really, what you would think is that they want to loop around, but they don't. Loop it around, that takes too much space. What they really want to do is they want to create so much force that Levante David, whoever this is, what he can do is just jut off that force, right? Point A to B. So that's what they want to do. They want to make a mess of things because they're really trying to do is get Jake Brindle committing to this outside guy. So let's see how it plays. Comes through. Bang. Jake Brindle gets hit. Now, one thing I will say is that the scan, I love the read and scan from Jake Brindle. Right? Check your box. Understand both your gaps. Staying on the same plane. You notice that Dominic Pooney and Jake Brindle are staying shoulder to shoulder. Nobody's really backing up in their set. There's no soft sets in this one. You do a lot of soft set and you create. There's just a good rep from the offensive line. Now, also, good stats from Colton McKivitz, too. I'll show you what a hinge is, Steve-O. Right? Now, right here, this is nitpicking, but this is more of what I keep trying to tell Colton, especially with this inside hand. It's like, I see that Jake Brindle's catching the guy. He's doing the best he can to hold him, but there's just little things like that let me know that you're not trusting your technique. Well, that's the end of that drive. So let's go to drive 2. That drive ends in a punt. Next drive we got is our touchdown drive. This drive comprises of 6 plays, 71 yards, 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Ricky Pearsall scores on this drive. So let's start it out. We start out on the 29-yard line, okay? And this is just this one was frustrating. Because everybody did very well on this play, except Jake Brindle. He was just bad on this one. Waist bending, soft hands, and bring your hand under. You know, we talked about, we saw George Kittle do it. I've shown it in film. All right. And again, like this hand, like slapping that hand over, I know that's a natural reaction, right? But bring that hand under him. That hand should be here. All right. Not all the way up here. He's got his head, he's slapping him in the face. That doesn't do anything up there. All right. You got to get a hold of a body right here. You'll see how it plays from that. Now look, he gets his hand on his face and look where his defender's hand goes, on his bicep. His tricep, sorry. On his tricep. Look, hand fighting. Trying to relocate that hand. Now I want to see this from the backside tight. Just no fight, man. No fight. And you get such a good job. I mean, look at Colton McKivitz, man. Look at the hand. Look where his hands are. His hands are under. Elbows, man. They hype too. Y'all suck. All right, 2nd and 24. This is a CMC catch for 8 yards. All right, so hey, they bring pressure on this one too. This is a really good game for the offensive line. They saw a lot of different looks this one. So look, they bring 4. They bring 4, but 9-8 bails. My guy over here, he bails. They're going to activate 5-1 off the edge. He's going to come off the edge. Let's watch it from the tight. I mean, you see that trade-off, man. Beautiful trade-off, man, between Colton McKivitz and Dominic Pooney. Right? Watch these two rascals right here. Come out of the stands, eyes there, staying on the same plan, ready to catch him. Right? Colton McKivitz pushes down with eyes on 5-1 already. Doesn't panic. Uses that length. Love to see this good trade-off between these boys. This is good teamwork right here. Right? Brock gets the ball out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You got a good double with 9-6 against Banks and Brindle. Boom. Don't get jacked up, though. Don't get a forearm in your throat, though, Aaron Banks. Come on, baby. Hard set from Trent. Right? Again, condensed splits. These guys are holed up together, man. Right? Only guy that's really out here in no man's land is really Colton. Trent gets those hands underneath. Live to fight another day. I love that trade-off between Colton McKivitz and Dominic Pooney, man. They're working. As the season goes on, they find more and more ways to work better to get to with each other. Their teamwork is really becoming something to watch. I like it. Nice trade-off. Watch that again. Look at these two boys over here at right tackle and right guard. Stay with Jake Brindle. Just make sure that he didn't have any trash. Dominic Pooney, that is. Nice trade-off, man. Right? And got a nerve to get rooted. He ain't stick the instep. There you go. I see you pop them hips, Dom. Good play, man. You love to see it. Let's move on to the next one. All right, we got 3rd and 7. They brought 5 on this one. Number 9 is a looper on this play. Let's see. Let's watch. 0's a looper. Sorry. That's Yaya Diaby, I believe. Let's watch it from the tight. Pass pro. Pooney got beat. Let's watch it. Come here, Rook. I love you, but I got to get you. So right now, this is the second drive of the game. What are we at? Play 4. So we played about 7 snaps offensively. Now you're starting to see guys starting to realize, hey, we can't just bully him, right? We can't just hit him with a bull rush. We can't bull him. I can't long arm him. His hands are too strong. And on top of it, they realize that this fucking kid is aggressive. So now they're going to start using his aggressiveness against him, right? Here goes the first sign of that. We get a swipe and swim. We get a hold. That's a hold, Dominic Pooney. I love you, Dom, but that's a hold. All right? He's got to trust his hands. Shoot those hands, man. They guns, man. Shoot them. You get 2 bullets to bring to the fight. You want to see more? Let's let it play out. We'll see it from the other side. All right, so they're showing 5, right? And if you really look at it, they're showing overload on this side, right? On the left-hand side. This cat and that cat. They get out of it quick. Nine is a looper. I was right. Fucking notes. I was right. So 9 loops. I mean, look at the communication, bro. You got 3 on, hat on a hat, and a delayed blitzer. Christian's out here, locked on my guy. Look at how we work through this trash. 3 on, no problem. 3 on. I mean, that's beautiful right there. Right here, when you get on blitz pickup, man, and stunts, you really could go technical and say, oh, get your feet together. But when the bullets are moving, bro, this is just beautiful. Start with 3, boom, end with 3. Hat on a hat. Boom, boom, boom. You love it. I'll take that. That's good work by the offensive line. First and 10 on the 37. What do we got here? I think we got a CMC run, 1st and 10 for 5 yards. Now, all right, man. So this one's a little weird. We get a lot of good effort, but one thing that I will tell you is that you got to get downhill. And what really bothers the hell out of me about this play is that everybody gets downhill. Let's just go ahead and do a little bit of an exercise. I used to hate this shit when I played, but let's just go ahead and do this exercise. Here goes the line of scrimmage. All right. There's the line of scrimmage. Let's watch. Who's still at the line of scrimmage? Who's this guy? What do we got here? Downhill. 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 Come on, Jake. You killing me, Jake. Come on, man. You getting stood up like a blind date. Get downhill, sir. Come on, man. I need more, man. Not for nothing. He's reaching. He gets his head on the play side. But now you got to show me some fight. Come on, man. You getting yoked up like you at the groceries. You look getting yoked up like a toddler at the grocery store, boy. You got to do more than that, Jake Brindle. Come on, man. Again, we're looking at steps. We're going to look at that from the other side. George, again, his angles. We'll look at that. Let's look at it from the other side. I don't know what's up with Tampa Bay putting the front side before the back side. Like, it's crazy. Throwing off my little feng shui. All right, so the first thing we need to look at is steps coming out the gate. We're going downhill. And we don't get any steps from Dominic Pooney. Again, Dom, pick your foot up, brother. Right? That doesn't do anything right there. As a matter of fact, you lost a step. How you take a backward step? Right? That's getting a little lazy, getting a little comfortable with the game too much, not taking care of your P's and Q's. That hurts us. Right? Another thing, Trent is laid out of his stance. Trent, what we doing, Trent? Everybody's moving. You're a half step off. You're laid out your stance, brother. Come on, Hall of Famer. You laid out your stance. So Trent's laid out of his stance. Juice. Play side foot, play side shoulder, man. And bring better pad level. If you're going to be a fullback, man, you're supposed to be the exclamation point to the sentence, brother. This right here, I'm going to just let this play just so you can see the lack of physicality. What is that, Juice? What the hell is that? Highest paid fullback in the game. Hugging motherfuckers. Stop, bro. Pad level. Trash. You know what I'm saying? Get your pad level together. All right? Feet. Play side shoulder, play side foot. Trash. That's not play side foot, play side shoulder. You giving them your areolas, baby. Deliver a blow. Also, hands. Trash. Outside. Shoot your hands. Deliver a blow. Run your feet. What type of base is that at contact? You over here doing the stanky leg, boy. I need more than that, Kyle Juszczyk. Horrible effort. Horrible effort. Horrible effort from Kyle Juszczyk. Right? Colton McKivitz, I love the effort. Let's roll that back. Come on, Colton. You don't listen. You don't block like Kyle Juszczyk. I'll take this from Colton. Get across. Now look at the shoulders. Much stronger shoulder. You can read his entire name on the back plate of his jersey. You can read his entire name, the entire play. Look at his name. Look at those shoulders. Do you see what I'm saying, bro? Like, if you do it right, that's a good rep from Colton McKivitz, man. Driving up the field, strong shoulders, strong torso, rooted, hips, elbows still connected. Look at those. Look, elbows, hips, elbows and hips. This is what I'm talking about. Elbows, hip, connected. Stay coiled. Stay coiled so you can uncoil. Stay coiled. You got to like that. Now, we'll go back to Dom on the other side. Steps, right? It's just slanted. You know, you can even see it if you have the eye. He's just way too in over his feet. Strong kid, though, but holding, right? When you come out with bad steps, you come out too high. Right? That's a little bit of a hold, Dom. But Colton McKivitz, man, you love that. You love to see that on the backside. You just do. But let's just get to Jake Brindle, just to finish it off. Jake Brindle, you got to get downhill. You got to get downhill. You got to show me something, right? And if you look at it for one, somebody could look at this and say, but coach, man, he blocked this guy. His guy didn't make the play. Yeah, but it's the influence. Right? It's the influence of you getting your ass whooped where you create that cut, right? Yeah, your guy didn't make the play. I get that. But you know what? You created this. You created that. Right? Now let's play what if. Let's play make believe. All right. So let's say Jake Brindle actually gets penetration, right? Even with Kyle Juszczyk's horrible ass block, right? Let's say if he gets leverage. If he gets leverage, Dom is still whooping ass up top, right? We give Christian a little bit of more of a decision right here. Instead of forcing this back cut, instead of forcing this, look what we got on the outside. Look what's on the outside. Pay dirt. It's all mugged up over there. You give us 2 to 3 yards of penetration, just a little bit of fight, bro. Like, and then if you could watch it, watch his back. Here, we'll look at it. Ain't no cap in my rap. We could just watch it. Here goes a line of scrimmage all the way to the sideline. We'll just put it out the frame. Watch him. He loses yards. He doesn't budge. Got to give us more, Jake Brindle. All right. So, moving into play 5. Oh, this is one of my favorite plays of the game. We get a run from Jordan Mason. I think this is only run. I think this is the only run during the whole game. All right, let's see what we got here. So we get a double pick and hinge. It's crazy. You see that thing? Full hinge from the whole offensive line. Everybody picks and hinge. Steve-O, you asked me what? Steve-O, you asked me what a pick and hinge is? Here goes the offensive line all doing except Aaron Banks. Look at everybody's helmet. This is perfect. So the entire offensive line is picking a hinge. They're basically doing a full hinge, right? Watch all of their helmets and you tell me who pops out of their stance. It's Aaron Banks. Watch Aaron Banks. He's hopping. I need more than that. But this is something that I like to see. Something that Kyle's implemented into the offensive line. He's not letting the guys run to the sideline. He's actually getting guys out faster, hinging guys. I like it, but what we can't do, if I'm Kyle, right, or if I'm Coach Forrester and I'm on the sideline, or if I'm watching this where Aaron Banks is like, yo, we got you hinging, okay? You didn't want to run, you don't run. Now the least you can do is hold down the inside gap. You don't run anymore. We're asking you to take 3 steps. This right here, this flailing hand, no. That hand needs to go on the defender. Stab his ass right there. That's your landmark. Boom. Stab him. Hinge out off of him. Don't reach out for him and then fall on your face. That's not athletic. All right. Now, we talked about using underneath hands, right? Instead of overhands. Now, watch this. Now, let's watch our boy Jake Brindle. We talked about this. Here he is. Boom. 3 plays ago, what did he do? Grabbing up top. Get off that dude's hand. As a matter of fact, for effect, he doesn't even ask. That shade says, get the hell off my helmet. Get the hell off me. Now watch. He literally puts his hand. He forces him. Put the hand under. That's where the hand belongs. All right? Not up there where there's no strength. You ain't moving no dude by his neck. Boom. Underneath. Now keep it there. You grab here. You activate the hips with the elbows, bro. Move your feet, climb up field. All right. It was a solid job. All right. And what I like about it is a good relocation. It plays. Shot your hand up top, found more real estate underneath the body, fought to live another day. We already talked about Aaron Banks. Let's move on to Pooney. I wouldn't call that a pick and hinge. I call that a pick and peep. He's just looking. But I like it. I like it. Right? One thing I will tell you is that there's a pass off between Trent and George that we'll look at on the play on the tight view from behind. That is absolutely beautiful, but you got to see it you got to see it from the tight view from behind. All right, let's go. So watch this trade off between Trent Williams and George Kittle. They're climbing. Now this is pretty. Look, I mean, just the natural wall right there. That's pretty, right? That's pretty. Trent gets his hips around, right? Savvy move. Use a guy's leverage against them to move your own feet. I get it. We already talked about Aaron. We beat up on him enough. One play that I really want to look at is we talked about Colton McKivitt's weak hands in games before. Take a look at these mitts. Oh, we can't watch it from that view. Hold on. We got to go back to the other tight view. You got to look at Colton McKivitt's hands on this play. I mean, you got to love that. And it's short-lived. It's short-lived, but I love watching my man wash his ass up. But get the hell up there. Look at that extension, man. Right? Puts his shoulder in his eardrum. But get your ass over here. I love it, man. Protecting the inside. You love the physicality. Sorry, I just had to love on him real quick, though. Still a good run. I can't believe that he only got one run this game. I can't believe. Now, I want to be nice to Kyle Juszczyk. Now, Kyle Juszczyk is getting out. And you see him, he's actually logging off his defender. So he's doing the best he can right there. He's trying to push out to the line of scrimmage. He understands. He's feeling his defender. Defender throttles down. So does he. One thing that Jordan does is Jordan plays with the first option, sees a defender closing, opts to get back out. Kyle makes a good block. That's a good block by Kyle Juszczyk. All right. So now we know Ricky scores on the next play. What do we got here? Is this the Ricky Pearsall touchdown? Yeah. Now, check this out. So this is a good rep from the offensive line. You see Dominic Pooney coming down. One thing that I like about this play is that for a second, you get Dominic Pooney actually blocking two men. You'll see it from the tight vingle. You'll see it from the tight on the backside. Right? They bring four. Delayed guy on the outside. I love the communication with Jake Brindle. He scans so well. Pretty Ricky scores. All right, let's look at this from the backside. All right. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is hands again. Aaron Banks gets away with one. We always talk about this outside hand, shooting that hand from underneath. Now, he stabs out first, catches his man in the sternum. I get that. Now you got him. But this right here, this hand, that's why he's able to do that, right? Still post and pin. But one thing about Aaron is that he gets away with murder with this because any good defensive lineman is going to smack that hand down. No D lineman is going to get blocked with a hand on their chest. All right. So that's something that I've always been worried about with Aaron is that in games past, he used the chicken wing. So he'll just throw his elbow out there if he gets a good D lineman that's smart enough to say, yo, you're not putting your hands on me. These guys aren't that good. So they're letting him get away with it. But in more games, you're going to see that hand's going to keep getting smacked down. Another thing I will say is that this is a good lock by Colton McKivitz. Run your feet, though, Colton. Right? They showed us a lot this game, and we did well for it. All right, let's take a pause real quick and just look at some super chats. I see that I have one to come in. Manhattan John, $9.99. Keep breaking it down, Coach. 190 subs to 190 subs to 10K. Let's fucking go. Thank you, bro. So look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause right here. So look, we're gonna get to the third drive. Third drive right now is our big boy drive. I want to talk about this one. This was 14 plays, 8 minutes, 14 seconds, with 77 yards. All right. So this is a good one to go after. So let's get to this one. All right, here we go. Let me throw it up. Field goal out of this play, which sucks. But let's go. CMC run for 8 yards. So we're going to get a trade-off by Pooney and Brindle. They're going to trade off up top. And it's just pretty. This Vita Vea, man, is a big boy. And look at all of that real estate that they're getting. And look, one thing I will tell you is that Vita Vea, he is a sneaky vet. Call it out if you see it. Call it out when you see what Vita Vea is doing. Anybody in the chat, call it out. He's holding Dominic Pooney from getting up top. They didn't call that all game. And he's been doing, he does it all game. They got to push that through. But as a rookie, you don't even know to complain about that, right? Dom's just getting held. He's not even putting his hands up. He's just playing, right? One thing about Trent, you see him try to take the table away from the defender at first, smack his hands down. That's an OG move that Trent has perfected. You see a little bit of a wall off. You'd like to see a little bit more from Trent, but this is kind of like what you get out of Trent at this stage of his career. But I just love the double team. The double team. That's what made this run work, in my opinion. Let's run it all the way through. All right, here we go. You'll be able to see it again from the backside. So you look at Dominic Pooney and Jake Brindle. They're going to trade off and climb off of Vita Vea right here. And it's good work. Right? I mean, they get so much push. Aaron Banks does a very good job as well. They get so much push that George doesn't know who to block. Take a look at George over here at on the left-hand side at tight end. Right here. Good job, Aaron. Aaron stops a blitzing linebacker coming down into the gap. and gets penetration, right? Look, they meet each other 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Boom. Aaron rides him up 2 more yards. That's what we want. Right? That's just a good play. Offensive line can block people. We can block. All right. So this one, we get a 2nd and 8. It's a 2-yard run from CMC. And you want to be fair, but Kyle Juszczyk, man. Whew. Not a good one, brother. So Kyle Juszczyk is out at the slot right now. And he's just not doing anything. He's just not doing anything, bruh. Ham, no burger. Cheese, you know what I'm saying? Peanut butter, no jelly. Right now, you get that's a good chip. Good chip from Jake Brendel on Vita Vea. Turns him to the sideline. That's how good of a chip it was. Gives Dominic Pooney a chance to get up top. And look how quick, oh my God, look how fast Dominic Pooney gets around Vita Vea. Look at this. Boom. 1, 2. I'm already on the other side. 1, 2. That's how you get your head around as an offensive lineman. That's how you get your head around. No wasted space. All right. We get a pick and hinge from Aaron Banks, or he's logging his defender off to the inside, making sure that the inside gap is good. Don't want to get the play blown up before it even starts. All right. Cole McKivitz. Again, strong shoulder. I get so giddy when they do it right. He's killing him, man. He got the strong shoulders, baby. Right? Jake Brendel, I ain't going to eat your lunch for that. That was a great chip. Get out there on Levante David. Be an athlete. Do it. All right, let's watch it from the other side, because this is where it gets ugly. Juice. Kyle Juszczyk. What in pray tell are you doing, sir? So Kyle Juszczyk is supposed to be coming down. Kyle Juszczyk is supposed to be coming down out of the frame to block this guy. All right? That doesn't happen. So out leverage. Cool. So you're reaching. You're grabbing. Not looking like an athlete. Soft, dusty, crusty. All right? Not physical. That's cool. Now, let's say you missed that guy. Go find paint. Get upfield. All right, Trent's got your man. What else are you going to do? Do something. Don't just stand around. There's a freeze frame in this play where everybody is blocking someone but Juice and Brock Purdy. You want to see it? Here it is. Right there. There's your freeze frame. George is looking for paint. We're locked. We're locked. We're fighting. We're locked. We're locked. We're locked. Even Brock Purdy looks like he wants to go block, right? We'll even give it to Brock. What is this $10,000 doorknob doing? What is happening right here? Useless. Look, all right, there goes Levante David. There he is. He's right there, Juice. He's right there. Anything. Anytime. Anytime. Come on, man. You got to be more than a spokesman, man. I need a little more. All right. This play right here is going to 3rd and 6. It's going to be a sim pressure. We're going to simulated pressure right here. It's really nice. It's a 13-yard pass to George Kittle. Sim pressure ends up leaving it 5-on-5. Right? That's a tip pass from George. One thing that I love on this play is that you get a tackle exchange and you get a tech stunt and a pick stunt on this one. They stay on the same plane. And it's really nice. So let's run it back, right? So these guys run a lot of stunts and stuff. So you got to kind of run it back just to decipher what you're looking at. So you get a tech stunt. All right. Tech stunt right here is what is your first stunt that you'll be looking at. All right. So you're gonna get an ear hole. You're gonna get Levante David coming off. That's your tech stunt. All right. So you're gonna get that. Running it through, you'll see 9 bells and Diaby, and you get a corner that are coming in from the outside. So they're showing 1-2 on the left-hand side. They end up bringing 5 from the right-hand side. What I love about this play, offensive line-wise, is we stay on the same plane. What I mean by that is understanding that you can't be too far back, right, from your teammate, right, on twists and stunts, because you create the gaps that they want anyway. So what you have to do is you have to stay congruent, parallel with each other. So the twists and the stunts, they run into each other. That's what you see right here. You see Dominic Pooney and Jake Brindle staying on the same plane, which is awesome to see. You see shuffling and scanning from Jake Brindle, making sure that Aaron Banks is okay with Vita Vea, creating a natural pocket up front. Nice trade-off. You love to see it, man. I love the way Jake Brindle is anchoring and scanning right here, right? Those little steps are supposed to be tough steps into the ground, into the turf, right? They look light, but those things are supposed to be rooted. I love the scan, the anchor and scan from him, right? Great communication. One thing that you love is the communication from Aaron Banks. Bang, snaps in. Vita Vea across his face, doesn't take the cheese. Finishes off 9-4. I like that. Now, I understand. We'll watch from the tight view from the back. You got a free rusher on the backside, but that's for Brock, man. Brock's got to see that guy. Let's watch it one more time. Good. All right, so that's a good one. We got 1st and 10 on the 30. It's a CMC pass. We got a pass pro, 8 yards. They showed 5. They brought 4 on this one. One thing I love is the hands on this one, man. Dominic Pooney and Colton McKivitz have strong hands on this one. As you can see, they showed 5. They brought 4. 9 bills on Trent. We get a hard set from Trent. And look at Dominic Pooney with these hands, man. Look at him walking down. I mean, walk him down. Walk him down. Love the hips. Activate those hips. Look at the hands on Colton McKivitz. Look at the mitts on this kid. Look at this. Boy, if you don't get yours, get the hell over here. Fuck your problem. Love those hands. Cole McKivitz is locked on, man. I'm telling you, we saw this on the last time we watched film. I noticed that his inside hand was getting stronger. I think he was activating it by shooting his left hand first. And now you can see that he's turned it on, man. Like, that is strong right there from Colton McKivitz. I'll give you that. Right? Vita Vea on Jake Brindle. We got a nice double. Good teamwork right here. Jake Brindle activates, keep his offhand open to help out Dominic Pooney just in case he needs some help on the inside. Trent's locked up on no man's land doing his thing. Hard set, hard loss, grand opening, grand closing. Gotta love it. Good job. Good rep from the offensive line. All right, now we got to run from Debo. Oh, that ain't no run from Debo. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I didn't care about that play. All right, next marker. All right, here we go. Now we get a run from Debo. If you want to look at some horrible shit here, Kyle Juszczyk. Kyle Juszczyk, man. Kyle Juszczyk, what are you doing? Did you strap up to play football today, son? All right, we got to run by Debo. What you get right here is you get a pick and hinge, right? If you notice, it's a full pick and hinge. Look at the offensive line, guys. All we're talking about. Steve-O, are you paying attention? You get the pick. That's the pick. Then you get the hinge. They all turn to the line. They turn to the sideline. They turn that way. Call them out if you see them. Smoke them if you got them. Right? So what you get is you get a full line pick and hinge. All right? Two guys shoot Aaron Banks' gap, as you can see. But one of those guys was for Trent. Now this is what I be talking about, bruh. All right, so two guys shoot Aaron Banks' gap. They're picking and hinging, and Trent sees that his guy is on the ground. Exhibit A, right? So Trent should be going to find paint, not waiting for his guy to get off the ground. Go find paint, Trent. Now, if Trent is Johnny on the spot and says, okay, my guy's down, I'm not even here to say he's athletic, but he ain't that athletic. So Levante David is out of the question, right? But since when do we know Trent to turn down an opportunity to beat up on the DB in the open field? Since when? Right? So right here, if Trent goes and gets this guy, right, or at least stock blocks him, uses an angle, runs at him, something, right? You never know. You never know what could have happened right here, right? All of this space because Trent wanted to watch his man get on the ground. He just wanted to watch his man. He's on the ground. Let him run. This is like the little stuff that annoys me because it's like, this is just, come on, bro. You know the film gonna come out. We're gonna see it. Right? My only thing is like, yo, it's just, go find paint. Go find somebody. Like, be conscientious. Make use of yourself. You saw that your man was on the ground. You waited till he got up off the ground to touch him. That's not productive. So let's watch Kyle Juszczyk from this. Let's watch Kyle Juszczyk. Dog, that ain't it. Oh my God. You would think because he's so nice that dude, this guy must be really good. Like, all right, so you come out here, you got Levante David. First the thing, you're catching him. Stop. Play side foot, play side shoulder. I understand that you're trying to take off the inside angle. I get it. You want to make sure that you stay you want to play half a man. But, dog, why are you playing wall up? You are like the equivalent of them little mats that they used to put out at recess in the gym when it rained outside, them little wrestling mats. Why are you just standing in front of people? Deliver a blow, Kyle Juszczyk. Come on, do something. Do something, bro. We got a full pick and hinge. The whole line's picking and hinging, so you can't blame them. All right? Come on, bro. Some penetration, something. And this is what kills me, because I got this trick from my old offensive line coach. Let's look at the line of scrimmage. Where were you at the line of scrimmage, Juice? right there, buddy. Dog, you got to do more than that, man. Hold on, are you feeling sorry for yourself right now? Hold on, what was that? What the hell was that? Oh my God. He's like, oh man. Man, get up. Acting like I did all I could. Get up. Get off the ground. Come on, man. Come on, I can't make this stuff up, bro. I love film. Because you can talk about all the narratives you want, but ain't nothing like seeing it in the raw. Juice, I need more than that, dog. The man who you blocked made the tackle. Come on, man. You ain't even the reason why the play stopped. You the reason why the play never started. You got to give me more than that, Kyle Juszczyk. Trash. Trash. All right, we got 2nd and 8. This is a CMC run. I think they give us a 7-man box. Oh, my God. Kyle Juszczyk. All right, so let's watch it. I like this. So the trade-off between Colt McKivitz and Dominic Pooney. Dom gets up top, rides him out. You gotta love that. I want a little bit more fight from Colt McKivitz on the backside, but I'm not gonna eat his lunch for that, right? Still tries to relocate his hands. That's something that we haven't seen before. In previous games, we'd see that sometimes a defender, when he's getting skinny, that's called getting skinny. You see that backside shoulder get low. That defender gets skinny in the hole. When he gets skinny, sometimes you see Colt McKivitz have a problem. You see his backside hand, how it's grabbing that outside number. Watch him relocate that hand. Boom. Puts it back inside. Trying to reestablish his shoulder in front of that player. Now, he didn't get there, right? But that shows that he's thinking about his technique in the now. I like that. Right? It's a baby step, but it's a step nonetheless. George Kittle, right building, wrong floor. You got to give me some more, baby. I know you had the right angle, right? But you need to be a little higher. You're on the wrong floor. You're in the lobby, baby. I need you on like floor 3, right? Go through that thigh plate. All right. These boys got quick feet nowadays, boy. You just can't go at the feet. All right. Jake Brindle and Banks, same thing. They get a trade-off going. Right? And we get a hold. We get another hold from Vita Vea. He's been doing this all game. Watch Vita Vea's right hand, his right arm. It's on the outside of Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks, look, trying to get up top, can't get up top. Vita Vea is holding them back, trying to give Levante David a good strike on Kyle Juszczyk. All right. So we got a hold. But what does Aaron do? He still fights to get up top. Offensive line is doing their job. Basically, that's my point. We know Trent loves to do this stuff. Trent loves to beat up on the little boys. So if coach is being so positive, then you have to ask yourself, why didn't the play do so well? Well, I'm going to show you. Kyle Juszczyk. Come here, sir. Let's just watch our boy. Let's watch out. You know why it's so funny? It's because he's the highest paid fullback in the league, dog. Like, look at this effort. Are you bracing? I swear to God, in my notes, I have Kyle Juszczyk bracing. Are you closing your eyes? Let's just watch it just watch this. What are you doing? Galloping into the defender? Look, what's this little crow hop before you get to the defender? What is that? What is that? That's two back-to-back plays. Kyle Juszczyk he's teetering on the side of being a liability. What do we need a fullback for if this is what you're going to do? Now look at this. Look at 9-4. Watch 9-4 in the backside. Colt McKivitz' guy. Watch this. He's got time to gather himself and then fall on top of Christian. Steps. Love the steps. But yeah, that's all on Kyle. Man, I hate to say this, but even Debo's giving us a little bit of effort on the edge. These boys are old, man. Let's move on. Just remember that next time Kyle Juszczyk comes on camera smiling in your face, right? Just remember that. This dude out here stealing money. This 3rd and 9. Pass protection. They sent 4. All right. So this is one thing that I like about this play. There's a lot of little nuances in this play that I like. One of them is Vita Vea locked up on Dominic Pooney. But before we get there, let's look at Trent and Banks, the trade-off between Trent and Banks. So we got a little bit of a twist. Diaby's going to come all the way from the other side, right? This is the way it's going to play out. This film is so fascinating because the guys got to see so many different looks, right? Like, look at that look. That's nasty. Todd Bowles is a bad mofo. Good steps from Colton. Colton is feeling us out. Look at this. Even his stance is more pronounced. He's feeling confident, boy. All right, so let's get to it. Banks and Trent, left-hand side. Great trade-off. And look, they're staying on the same plane, right? Trent and Aaron. Aaron sees paint. Trent picks up. Man, God. Jake Brendel ends up getting ear-old. That's beautiful pass pro. Now, let's walk at the backside. Watch Dominic Pooney. There's like this 3-foot war that Dominic Pooney has with Vita Vea, and I love it. But look, you ain't see my boy. You ain't see my man just root his cleats in the ground, did you? Who you think he is? Who you think he is? Digging that foot in the ground like that. Look at our boy. Let's play it. Boom. Woo! All right, so look, I know that doesn't make it seem like much, guys, but look, this is what you love about this rep. What I love about it is just the confidence, the digging your feet in the ground, like getting ready for a war. I love it, right? He's got his hands rested on his thigh pads, thigh plate, feeling good, shoots his hand, catches. Now, this is what I love about it. Now, if you look at this, this is a stunt. So Vita is really the pin. All right. They're looping off of him. So he's supposed to be the penetrating guy that creates enough space for this man to come around. Right. But what we need enough vertical push from Vita Vea to chop off as much of this loop as possible. So what we really want, as if we're a defense, we want this to be as flat as possible, right? But you don't get to be this flat unless you get a lot of penetration from Vita Vea. One thing you love about this is watch how Dominic Pooney is not rocking. Look at these 3 steps, man. He comes in, then automatically. You see Vita Vea gets his hand underneath Dominic. He's grabbing him in his stomach right here. Hands disengage, and Dominic gets hooked in him. Hooked, and look at his hips recoil. Look at that step. That's holding those 3 steps right here. I'm talking about that is a lot of pressure. You're proud of that rep from Dominic Pooney right here. You love it. We got a real guard, guys. He's going to start here for a long time. Right? This ain't no slouch ass D tackle, man. This is a real shade. And he's mugged up 1-on-1 with his quarterback to his back, and he's handling this dude. Rooted. Cleats in the ground. Using his hips. Using his torso. Look at his arms. Punching through the pad. He got his hand in his back. That's what I mean. God, man, that's a play that just gets me fired up. I love a play like that. It's a good effort from Dominic Pooney. Good effort. All right. So now we got a 1-yard run from CMC. All right. Let's run it from the tight. We got Kyle Juszczyk. Lord Jesus. Yo, it's comical at this point. Like, I'm not even mad, bro. Let's just watch your boy, man. Just watch your boy, bro. I can't make this up. Just watch your man. Comes backside. Now, he's got to come backside of my boy here. Just watch your boy. Yo, Kyle Juszczyk, man. Did you even get off the bus? Come on, dog. Gotta give me more than that, dog. All right, so let's get back to it. No more fun time. All right, so steps. We've been looking at them every play. Aaron Banks, you're not giving me good steps. We'll look at that on the backside. Really, if you look at this play, man, it's it's Kyle Juszczyk's man. I wish I could talk about. I want to coach up everything that I see, but for the most part, everything else will be nitpicking and really, quite frankly, avoiding the obvious, which is this play didn't work because of Kyle Juszczyk. Jake Brindle's Jake Brindle. We get it, right? But at least he stayed engaged this time. You got a double from Trent and Aaron Banks. They're climbing up top. And what you're hoping is that you get a block from Ronnie Bell, right? What they're trying to do is create a cutback lane. They want to get, let me write it up for you so you can see it. They want to get Ronnie Bell here, right? They want to get Ronnie Bell here. They want to get Juice here, all right? They're going to get Trent. They're going to get Trent to climb. Aaron Banks to climb up. These two are mugged up to climb, all right? And what you're supposed to get is you're supposed to get an alley where he comes in and then he loops that thing back and it comes out on the other side. That's what it's supposed to be. But you got to close down the other side first. And Kyle Juszczyk, bro. Like, come on, man. Get your butt out the air, boy. There's children watching. That's just low effort. That's feeling sorry for myself. I went to Harvard. I don't deserve to be sweating out here with these guys. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. We need more, man. We need more. Let's just let it play. We don't beat it up. We don't beat up on them enough. All right. So now we got 2nd and 9. All right. Pass pro. Pass play to Debo for 5 yards. All right, so Jake Brindle, obviously. So, all right, so Jake Brindle needs to learn how to keep half a man. So, what do we mean by that in football? We're talking about keeping half a man. Is you want to stay shaded to half of the man's body on the inside of you at all times, so you can be able to not be over leveraged and still be able to protect your inside, right? So, if you feel like you're out of leverage where you're playing a full man, then you understand that you're off and you need to be off to the inside to play that half a man. Because if as long as you're playing one half of him, you can worry about the rest, which is on your most dangerous side, which is on the outside of the play. As offensive lineman, you always want to cover the inside of your position because that's the quickest way to the quarterback. So right now, what you get is you get a D tackle right here, or a shade, honestly, who crosses face with Colton McKivitz. I mean, with Jake Brindle. All right. He shoots. All right. And right here, he's lost half a man. He should still be pushing up the field to wash this guy upfield, not lunge. And we're talking about lunging. He's not necessarily comfortable with his strength, but he is a waist bender, which is not good. Give me some power angle, sit back in your stance. And we've seen him do this before, right? But side to side really isn't Jake Brindle's strong suit. He almost wants a guy to come at him full speed so he can pop his hips, get his feet rooted, create power through and force through the ground. But you get somebody that's a little quick in the phone booth, and Jake Brindle is just kind of out of sorts right here. We'll watch it from the tight. Yeah. He's just not moving his feet. His feet aren't too wide. They're just not fast enough. Follow my boy. Yo, Jake Brindle gonna get Pooney hurt, man. Better chill out. Get my man rode up on. All right. We got 3rd and 3. This one's crazy. This is a simulated pressure, but what we get is we get D tackles bail out of this one. We get tighter splits. Watch the D tackles on this play, guys. Both D tackles bail. It's just a wild concept. A lot of stuff that they did on defensive line to kind of fool us, to throw us out of sorts this one. I think you're going to get 90 and 96. Both of them are going to bail on this play. Right. So both D tackles bail. All right. So they're showing 4. All right. They end up bringing 4, but they're bringing it from the outsides. Right. So let's see how we watch on this. You see, due to this, look how tight our splits are. We talked about this earlier in film. Look at this. Nothing. Very little. So we kind of knew what we were coming up against with these boys, understanding that they like to shoot around on the defensive line. So right now we got 3 on 2. Right? Trent's locked. I like the relocation by Dominic Pooney, man. Look, it didn't have to be like that. gets over, gets a piece of him, washes him upfield, gets the ball out. You love that. As an offensive lineman and offensive line coach, man, like, hey, don't cry about spilled milk, man. Go get some bounty. I love it. Out leveraged, no technique. That's just being a football player right there. Him washing him up the field like that, Dominic Pooney, that is. That's the play where I'm telling Trent, go find paint when his man falls on the ground. Don't wait for him to get off the ground to go block him again. Come on, man. That's like kissing your sister. You don't get nothing out of that. I like that effort from Dominic Pooney. I like it. All right. Last one, guys. So right here we get 1st and 10, red zone. This is why I like this one. We get a red zone play. We get bunches to the field. Sitting in Saubert. There was a play in here somewhere that I really wanted to see, and I'm kind of frustrated that I missed it. Was this the double trap play? Hold on. There was a play that was so nice that Kyle ran, and I wanted you guys to see it. I think this is it. Where they do double trap. It's like triple trap, honestly. There it is. Oh, my God. Wait until you see this play, guys. Now, you want to talk about some design? Dog. Watch this. Oh, my God. I've had Manhattan John shit up here the whole time. Sorry, guys. All right. You want to see some design, dog? Watch this play. Watch the offensive line, dog. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why you would run this in the red zone, but Kyle was cooking with this play. All right, so Debo fucked this play up. I think it could be Eric Saubert. So right now, as we get 3 traps, bro. Do you see it, guys? So check me out. You get 3 traps. I'm gonna show it to you. So you get 1. Hold on, I fucked that up. All right, so here we are. 1, 2, 3. Right. All these guys are gonna trap. Right, and all these guys are going to block down. Watch this. It is so ill. I saw this for the first time. I was like, oh, this is nice. Look at how they all step down. So I like this. Like, I feel like they're trying to give Christian like multiple options right here. The only thing is that Eric Saubert fucks up, and so does Deebo Samuel. So let's look at it from the other side. All right, so we're going to look at the 3 traps. We already looked at it. 3 trap guys. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So check this shit out. So Dominic's the first trapper to engage, right? So we're 2 trappers down. All right. Trapaholics. 1, 2. All right. Jake Brindle is already engaged. All right. So we already got these 2 guys out. Trent's climbing. All right. So let's see what we got. Aaron Banks has got his guy. So right now we're locked up. Trent's holding, doing his thing. And Levante David is being sneaky. So Eric Saubert is confused. He doesn't know what the hell to do. As you can see, he's just standing in the gap. What are you doing, Eric? Getting blocked by Debo's guy. Because if you watch, this guy, Debo's supposed to cross face and reach this dude. All right, we're supposed to get a block from Tyshawn Samuel on this guy. What do we get here? What do we get here? What? Come on, man. Come on, bruh. Hey, Debo. Hey, Debo, lock in. Hey, Debo, lock in, dog. Lock in, Debo. Lock in, dog. That's all, man. Hey, Debo, can you lock in? We in the red zone, man. We could have scored on that play. Debo, lock in, bro. Come on. We got one more play, guys. Last play of tape. Incomplete pass to George. They sent 4. We get a twist on the left hand side. You'll see it. Let's watch it. You get a TE twist on the right hand side. Handled beautifully. As you can see, there's 2. There's 2 twists. Right? So we get a twist. Sorry. We get a twist. And we get a twist on both sides. Let's see how the offensive line handles it. Handled beautifully. Guys, I'm here to tell you, man, we you know, I get on them a lot, rightfully so, but the offensive line is having quite a season. I mean, they're imperfect vessel, right? They don't do everything right, but for what I've seen, and what they've done thus far, the offensive line, they're playing stronger together. Dominic Pooney's only getting better game by game. And really, I kind of feel like maybe Kyle is starting to realize that this is the unit of the offense that he really needs to start taking care of, right? I love the pick and hinge elements, right? You know, I love Dominic Pooney's emergence. Colton McKivitz really kind of giving us everything that he needs to. His hands are stronger. His shoulders are stronger. He's playing with a lot more confidence, right? Trent is Trent. Aaron Banks seems to be in more shape this game, right? For me, if we're looking at just the blockers of today's game, Kyle Juszczyk by far had the worst game as far as blocking is concerned on this offense in this game. Most of these points of focus that I got today was by watching Kyle Juszczyk. Pad level, right? Pad level, horrible. Footwork, right? You're supposed to be hitting with the right play side foot, play side shoulder, not shuffling around. ID blitzing and free rushers, logging off defenders, picking and hinging, tight hands and tight elbows. Right about now, we got the Seattle Seahawks coming up. I'm excited to see what these boys do against them. But hey, I'll be back. Guys, you know, I love doing the film for you. I hope it was educational. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. Again, leave anything in the comments if you guys want me to change anything up or if there's any additions that you guys would want to know during film. You know, maybe film is a little too highbrow, right? Or maybe film is a little too simple. You guys want me to start bringing in a little bit more visual aids while we do film and walk through with the offensive line? I'll be more than happy to oblige. Let's get one more super chat out of the way by Serenity 499. Love those hips. Best taken out of context. Coach, you're a real man, but maybe don't shoot Tang. I need your takes. Yes. I mean, look, I love going to watch the boys play, but I'm not going to disparage a guy's play unless, you know, the film is out here. So, you know, the least I could do is walk through it and just give it to you the way that I saw it so we can be conscientious fans over on this side of the pond, right? If you're going to watch the Coaches Huddle, we're going to be passionate. We're going to talk from the hip, right? We're going to do a whole bunch of things, right? We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk in jest. But what we're not going to do is not talk about what we know about. And in the Coaches Huddle, we know offensive line. So we're going to talk about offensive line. So, guys, love you guys. Every sub that I've gotten thus far, awesome. And hey, I'll be on tomorrow with Tom Jensen for the Faithful Review. And then we're going to get into this Seahawks prep, talk a little bit about the past game we had, and just, do our thing on here at the Coach's Huddle. So, hey, this is the coach. Love you guys. Stay low and keep your feet moving.